Hi, friends. I wanted to share with you guys my story of how I quit my nursing job and career. And hopefully, this can inspire you if you are thinking of quitting, or maybe if you did quit already, to kind of reinforce your decision. Because sometimes when you quit, you're like, oh my god, what did I do? Did I make the right decision? This is bad, you know? But I think that it's really important to remind yourself of the reasons why you made this decision to begin with, instead of regretting it, right? So, like, I was working as a registered nurse for over 5 years. I did hospital nursing, then I switched. I did travel nursing for a while, which was also in the hospital, but different hospitals throughout Bay Area. And then I moved to San Diego, and I worked night shift for a while for the third time. And I said, the first time when I started working night shift, I said I wasn't going to do it again. And then I wanted to travel, so I was like, okay, alright, I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, just one more time. And then I did it for 3 months, and I said, never again, never again, never again, never again. And don't say never again, right? So like when we moved to San Diego, it was during COVID time, and I just took a job, and it was night shift. There was nothing available for day shift, and I needed a job, and I ended up quitting pretty quickly after because I made a mistake, and it really affected me. And also I had a different job. I had a hospice job that was day shift, so I was like, I'm just gonna switch my specialty to hospice. And I did hospice, and I switched to home health and hospice, and then I said no more. For the past 2 years, I felt like, when I started traveling, actually, I felt this. I'm like, whoa, being a nurse is hard. And like, I knew this from the beginning, but I had such a big desire to help. Like, this is why I got in the industry, and this is why I became a nurse. I put in all of this work into becoming a registered nurse. I put so much time and effort into like my studying, and for so long, and it felt like such a big achievement at the time. Even though I didn't know, even though I did know that it would not be my end and be all career, I had a hunch that the universe was showing me signs. It's like, no, yes, this is like for right now, yes, but not forever. And so, like, one day I went to work. I was having a really hard time, like, for a really long time. And for over, I would say, like, I did quit once before, and then I went back to it. And then I said, I took a job, and I was working really hard, long hours, and I was really tired, and they gave me a huge patient load. Initially, they didn't give me that much patience, and I was really good, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna increase your load. And when I asked to decrease it, that was not gonna work. And it wasn't just about that specific job, it was just about everything about the career of nursing that was time for me to let go. For a really long time, I wanted to let go of it. because I got into the nursing profession to help people. That's why, I wanted to help heal people. And although it's possible to do that to a certain degree in the nursing profession and in the industry and in the system, no matter if you're a doctor, nurse, physical therapist, whatever you do as your job, yes, it's possible to make a difference and help people. I do believe that. That's why I was doing it for so long, because I felt I was making an impact. And then I had to realize that at what cost. I've only been doing it for 6 years almost, and I've already reached a point of I cannot do it any longer. Like, you reach a point, like, I'm sorry. I just remember my mom used to say this thing, like, growing up. She'd be like, "May sa trapa na isha." It's like, in Romania, it's like, I'm so tired of you up until here. It's like, not till here, not till here, not till here, but all the way, like, up here. And that's how I felt, like, I was like, no, I'm not doing even one more hour of this career anymore. No. It was funny, because I was telling these people over and over again, I'm like, hey, you guys, I'm unhappy, I'm stressed out, I need more help. I need to stop giving me admissions all the time, and to just, it would be like 4 o'clock and they would send me to a new patient, and I'm like, okay, but I already saw like 3 patients today and I'm already so tired. And I know people will tell me like, oh, it's only 3 patients, that's not that much. But it is a lot, especially when you do the job that we are doing. And doing hospice work was really difficult for me. Even that doesn't matter what kind of work you do. If you're working as a nurse, most times patients are difficult. Otherwise, they would not be in the system, right? If somebody is really easy, it's usually they're gonna be in and out of the system. But if somebody's really difficult and needs a lot of care and attention, they're going to be in the system for years, and most likely you're going to keep seeing them. So I said, nope, I'm never going back there. And I just sent them a letter, and I said, this is my resignation letter as of immediately. I know people are going to think I'm crazy. They're going to say, what the hell? Are you kidding? That's so unprofessional. Like, what the hell were you thinking? And guess what? I had no money in my bank account almost. I just said, you know what? One day I said, I'm doing this work in these people's homes by myself, and I'm making such a big impact, and I'm really helping changing people's lives. And I'm doing it by myself, there's nobody with me. I'm just by myself in these people's homes most of the time doing counseling, coaching kind of work. And I had this big aha moment and realization, because I'm like, I'm working so much for these people. They're barely paying me anything. I can barely pay my bills. Why? I can do this myself. Like, I'm doing all of the work myself other than acquiring the clients, right? So like, if I learn marketing and online marketing and selling and YouTube and everything about online business, then I can market my own skills and I can be my own coach, right? I can go out there in the world and just work for people, work with clients one-on-one. I don't have to go through a organization. I don't have to go through my license, right? I don't have to even use that anymore. I can just let it expire, which actually it expires at the end of this month. So it's kind of interesting timing, and it's such a tough decision for me to kind of let it go fully. It's almost like the universe is asking me, like, are you going to renew it or not? That's a testament of my faith, right? Do I trust that the universe will take care of me? Do I trust that the angels and my higher self will provide me with the funds and with the clients and with the income that I need to thrive and to be happy? And do I choose to trust that gut feeling that I know I'll be successful no matter what my fear says? Or do I choose to listen to the fear which says, are you kidding me? You've never done this before. What are you thinking, right? Are you like, did you lose your mind? You don't have no money. Like, what are you gonna do, right? So I'm really happy to say that so far things have been like really slow, and I thought, I was gonna get clients right away, and I was actually hoping that these people that I invested a lot of time in working with them in my nursing career, I thought that they would kind of follow me. Like sometimes you see this in movies when they're like, the person quits a firm and then the client will just follow the person, individually. But out of everybody who I offered my services to, nobody said yes. And I think part of me was how I offered it to them, of course, but also part of it was, well, it was definitely protection from the universe, because it's like, no, this door is closed. What are you doing? What are you trying to even get the people? Like, it's almost like you're ending a door, but then you're going back in a little bit and like asking for income from this other source. It's like the universe is like, no, 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 no. You're gonna find it yourself. You're gonna make it. We're gonna help you, of course, but I will have to earn the income by doing the work I enjoy now. So I'm excited, I'm nervous, I am just so in awe of the universe, how they provided for me, how like initially I got a check, of course, when I quit, and then that was like 5,000 or 6,000 or something, maybe, and I went through that really quickly. And since I was like, I'm all in my business, that's it, this is my choice, I'm gonna do my business and I can do this. I was faced with like a huge decision of like, okay, well, now you have to make it work. So I've been putting all of my resources and time and like all of my money that I had into my business, and like showering it with like income. And then I received another $10,000 as a loan from the bank, as a personal loan, and then I used that really quickly too. And then I don't know where I thought I was gonna have to go back to nursing. I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? The clients are still not coming. I was struggling, and all of a sudden, in my bank account, out of freaking nowhere, I received this email that says, hey Christina, check this, click here to check balance of this account, a 401k account that I worked for Walmart like over 5 years ago, and it was before my nursing career. I worked as a pharmacy technician, and I had a 401k account with them, and I only like put $1,000 in it, but it gave like, it was like over 20,000. So I was like, oh my god, where did this money come from? I didn't even know I had it. Wow. So the universe like can provide to us out of nowhere, You can go to sleep one night and be like minus in your bank account, and you can wake up the next day and be like a millionaire. That's how it could happen. It's definitely possible, or like at least like, yeah, of course it's possible. Everything is possible in this universe, if you trust, if you believe, if you allow. So I hope that my story inspires you to just do it, cut the band-aid. If this is, what you desire to do with your whole heart, why are you putting yourself through the misery of one more day? I was driving to work and I had this mini panic attack, and I was in the car and screaming at myself, because I would get all these phone calls all day from these patients, needy patients, that families of these patients, of I would see them the day before, and then the next day they'll call me again for something, so I would have to make another visit, and it was just a lot of difficulties in the job and the career, and I'm so happy I left, and I don't want to ever go back, and I know that this is the right decision for me and for my heart and for my soul, because now I don't have to work 12-hour shifts or even 8-hour shifts. I can just do 1 to 2, 3 hours maximum of work a day, work outside in my backyard or in my house, and really enjoy. It's completely different life. So you don't have to get up at 6 a.m. We just moved from San Diego to Joshua Tree, and over there, you see people every morning wake up 5 a.m. to go to work, and I'm I remember that. I used to do that. I used to have to wake up at 5 a.m. and rush to Starbucks, get a coffee and a sandwich, and rush to the hospital to make sure 7 a.m. I'm on the floor helping these patients. And then you don't get out and see the sun till after 3 or sometimes 7 p.m. And you're oh my god, I didn't even know. You feel teleported into a different world when you go in there. Anyways, if you're a nurse and you watch this and you can relate, please share with me your story, or if you're in the healthcare industry, I would love to hear more about other people's stories of why they quit, because I know that a lot of people are quitting right now, and it's yes, I'm so happy for people who are quitting. It's yes, why should we be slaves to the system and to give our precious life, our precious, precious, beautiful life, force and time and energy into feeding, doing something that makes us miserable and putting money into other people's bank accounts, when we could be putting money into our own bank accounts and being happy and free, and not have to rely on a paycheck. This is what true freedom, in my opinion, is. Not that working a job is bad, but if it makes you miserable, then yes, I'll say yes, it is bad, because you don't want to be unhappy, right? Otherwise, one day you will wake up on your deathbed and regret it, and you don't want to have regrets, right? I've worked with people who are on their deathbed, and regrets are real. We have regrets right now. Imagine right now I'm 30, so I don't know what age I'll pass, right? But let's say 90. Just let's kind of imagine that, right? 9 years old on my deathbed, and I want you to imagine how old you want to be when you want to be on your deathbed, and what do you hope you wish to achieve in this life? Because we have power over that. We don't have to be I don't know, like imagining myself on my deathbed is mortifying. It's like, no, we will all have to be there someday. It's very important to do this exercise and to empower ourselves and be like, hey, you know what? Yes, maybe my life is not great right now, but I can make it better. And I don't have to like suffer, and I don't have to be miserable, and I can be happy, and I can make myself happy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.